Good man, good man. Yeah, shoveling 3,000 pounds of snow off a sloped roof is not easy work.
Yeah, you should have seen it. There was like nails there, and everybody else was just there.
Wow. Honestly, at that point, that's your right to refuse, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not making this shit up.
Yeah, I got you. There. Should be able to. It's very basic, right? So yeah, you just got to click around. It's very, very basic. As you can see, like, it's skeleton style stuff. The reason I use this one is because it's the easiest to use with my broadcasting software, and it's like I just click and copy and paste, and all the feeds are in, all the graphics are in. Yeah, do your thing, buddy. We still got lots of time. I gotta do another video before we do this. So I'm gonna mute up here in a second. Yeah, everything sounds good on this end too. Yeah, I was looking around in there too, and it didn't seem like there was anything on my end either. That's alright though. You got a good background there. It makes for a good casual conversation. Because what happens when you do a background and you don't have like a green screen or something, and every time you move, it like cuts into your silhouette and stuff. Looks good. You gotta get set up after it. Me too, I'm pumped. Very pumped. I'm stoked to check out these videos that you sent to.
Yeah, so what's the format? What exactly? I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but I just kind of want to make this float.
Casual. Super casual. I'm gonna pretty much listening to tunes. There's gonna be people in the chat that I'll mention what they say so that we can all answer the questions that they might ask and stuff. We're gonna check out the videos. We're gonna talk about the bands, have a couple of laughs, and yeah, just get people stoked about it, raise that awareness. And then like what we can do too is, if you want another time in person, we can do like an in person on the streets interview and stuff. But for this long form stuff, to do just like the back and forth question and answer instead of like the conversation stuff, it tends to pull people away from sticking around, because they might not. Some people aren't interested in the talking as much as they are interested in the back and forth with the videos running and everything. Everybody's entertainment hounds, right? No, buddy, no. I know, I put him there because he kept stealing my spot, so I put that there.
We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't.
My seat, trying to play
Slowly
with
learning that fact. Very, very distorted.
Facebook is setting up, you gotta change it out of fucking profile just to post it on a page.
You know why that is though?
Fucking ass.
It's interact. It's so that you can raise your interactions on your page by going to other people's posts the same way that a regular person's profile would, right? Like my profile on my personal. Well, the problem with that, you can't comment on regular people's posts like that. You can only comment on other people's pages. Okay, I got another call.
Shut your mouth, only listen to me. You know all you can is pay. But you overwhelm me. Drop yourself security. Get out on your knees with your offering the big shot. Like it's like you're not really what we need. But you put up a fight, we'd love to watch you play. Oh, please, I miss your God before me. Teach me how to change my prophecy. Show me I'm destruction of life. Oh, please, omniscient God before me, teach me how to change my prophecy. Show me I'm good as ever lesson. Guide the way. Alone and able, I'm wandering into your temple, Lady of the Open the gates, let me breathe in your light. It's not what it seems that we've already paid the price. I'm talking for you, what was met with suns in the night. I'm talking for you, what I trusted you with my life. All the sacred have all been shown me. I'm right to God. I never get to deliver me.
Feel like nothing.
All right, we're back. That was I had an interview booked with the Effing 40s podcast last Monday, and they had to cancel and reschedule, and that was for today. Just wrap that up. What's up, boys?
The system has failed. The system is dead. Killing the innocent, one by one. Fuck those in power for the damage that they've done. We need to open our eyes to the lies we are fed. The system has failed. The system is dead. How the fuck do you sleep at night? For you to tell us what is wrong or what is right.
13-year-old PS3.
We got some new gear. Yeah, exactly. It's retro. We got new gear coming from Ryan from our sponsor, so we're pretty stoked about that.
That's retro. What the fuck is this?
Bananas. That is a museum piece. Yeah, buddy, that's competition grade. They say that the fastest response time you can get on a TV is with the old fucking cathode ray tubes. Like Halo players, when they do Halo competitions, they'll set up a whole bunch of CRT TVs.
My daughter, we had to go in the middle of winter last year, or middle of the pandemic anyways, there's still snow. And we picked up this 35-inch widescreen style gold ray TV. And we went to shoot it. Now you mentioned gaming aspect of it. She likes it so much. Way faster response.
Yeah, it's instant. It's instant response. The video, so the competition gamers, they don't allow it.
They don't allow it. Unfair advantage.
Yeah, I guess. Milliseconds.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Trash Talk. You know me, I'm Nate Trash. We are joined today by the almighty and all beautiful CC Getty from Metalheads United and the Electric Highway Festival. I'm very stoked about this. CC was one of the first Trash Talk interviews when we started the show back in January 2020, and we had a great interview. It was chock full of wicked good information. He had all of it lined right up. It was a great podcast, and we weren't able to put any of it out because shortly after, the whole world shut down. So we have CC here with us today, and then Thursday, we'll be sitting with 3 of the members of Sasquatch, which is headlining. They're headlining the Electric Highway Festival. So we're very, very stoked about this, and enjoy the show. This show, Trash Talk, is founded, created, and broadcast from Treaty 7 land, part of the traditional Blackfoot territories. We acknowledge the original caretakers of our lands. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's jump in. Yo, fellas. How are we doing?
Excellent. How are you guys doing? Nate, Brian?
Doing good now that it's not minus fucking 30 out there.
Yeah, that was rude.
I like minus 25. What are you talking about? Who doesn't like that?
Yeah, I
Minus
bet.
25 is good for snowboarding, not for roofing.
I'm surprised it doesn't. Knowing what you've gone through in the last year or so, there, CC, I'm surprised that you can say you like the cold with a straight face and not just wincing in pain.
Hey, you know what? I'm just happy to be here, man.
You
I'll
having
take the cold, I'll take the heat, whatever, as long as I'm still around to experience it.
respect, buddy. That's the vibe, man. That's what it's all about. Very stoked to have you on, buddy. We've needed to do this for a bit now, considering that it's been so long since we've been able to like chat, and with the whole washout of, I know you've been working since 2020 to get this back on track. Between this,
Fucking roller coaster.
Yeah.
Of work, you know.
like between this and High Voltage TV and getting this back on track, man, you've really been killing it. You've been inspiring me. That's part of what's been inspiring me to keep
nonsense.
busting ass for the show. Is like, hey, everybody's doing it, right? Everybody got to keep working together, you know. And also, quick shout out to High Voltage TV and Johnny at Dynamite Studios. Great stuff, you guys. Super rad stuff.
Thanks, man.
They're doing what I thought I wanted to do back in the beginning, but realized it was so much fucking work. And I need a little bit more space, a little bit more of a crew if I want to do the the Trash Talk live showcase, or the Trash Talk, what was it? Trash Talk in the studios. So yeah, it was intense. It was 3 bands in a day. We shot for 6 hours. I was exhausted, and I was like, yeah, I'll just book shows and shoot the shows.
We'll figure this out later.
Yeah, we'll figure this out another day. I'm gonna wait for more HVTV to come out, and then I'm just gonna like, all right, he's doing this. All right, I see what's up.
And we just did another one yesterday.
With Astral Prophets, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They're awesome.
Yes, they are. I actually ran into Terry last night at the show. Terry
He
and
was pretty
Morty.
stoked. That's all he was talking about when we were all wrapping up, is that he wanted to know, A, what time did the doors open, B, what was good food at Dickens, and C, when did the bands come on. Mm-hmm. I had one answer. I had 2 answers for him.
Yeah.
I knew when the doors opened, and I could recommend the pizza and the fries.
Oh man, you got to get those pepperoni chips.
Oh, pepperoni chips. I've heard of them. I haven't tried them yet.
They are. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting like fried pepperoni chunks, and that's what they are. But they are like super thin sliced, so they're crispy like chips.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going down to the Vaca Battle tomorrow night. Maybe we'll try them out. But I guarantee you, I'll probably have gone through the entire menu by the time the festival's over. And I know there's a couple burgers to try on there that are pretty good.
Just their.
Leslie's over here making rapid notes for me, but she whispered, "Burgers. Tell
Yeah.
me about the burgers."
Yep, it's even that just their regular burger.
Yeah.
Fantastic, super fantastic.
Food's great at Tiggins. People don't realize that. Like, they're downtown for a reason. You got to have good food at the right time there, and certainly after work, they've got good grub.
Yeah, definitely. The boss is in the chat asking why I didn't share my pepperoni chips with her last night, and it's because she was too busy outside smoking with Ryan.
Snooze, you lose.
Yeah, and she had just smashed down an entire poutine in like 2 breaths. She didn't want any pepperoni chips.
I'm glad I wasn't around for that because I would have ate one and then I would have been like, oh.
You would have felt
fucking
guilty.
heartburn. I would have just been like laying on the ground begging people for Tums.
Right?
Did anybody bring Rolaids? Fuck.
I've been there before, man. We did a show. It was one of the shows that we did for Trash Talk. Not like a Trash Talk showcase, but we were doing interviews, and I had heartburn so bad that I could barely talk. I couldn't do the interview until I found some fucking Rolaids. It was terrible. I think that was when we interviewed Flashback at the first metal show back at Dickens post-COVID, the Riot City show. That was a banger.
Oh, yeah, the one that we went and like redid because
Yeah.
we shot that whole one at Loud as Hell that I didn't turn the mic on for.
Right?
Oh, you see, we've done stuff like that at HVTV as well, but we now have checklists. So we run through checklists. So there's my professional advice tonight for you is checklists.
Well,
Yes,
now
yes.
with our new setup, if the camera's on, the mic's on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, that's a good one. And then the one we realize now is because we do some stuff, we have to, even though there's disclaimers, we have to be careful about swearing and stuff for some of the stuff we do.
Yep.
And I don't know why or how any of us didn't notice one of the guys in Brown Dwarf, big sticker right on the heart of the guitar that said the system is fucked or fuck the system or something like that. And fuck was huge. I mean, it was easily that big. Handheld guy didn't notice it. I didn't notice it on the editing board, editing 4 cameras. Johnny didn't notice it plugging everything in until we did the editing and was like, oh shit.
So
That was our latest edition. So it doesn't matter how long you're doing this stuff for, man. You're always adding stuff to the list.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you always got to go through it. You always got to go through it, and you always got to revise it and change it. And even when you go through it, you're still going to think that you forgot something on the list.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part for me is like I'm going to forget my list.
And believe me, Ryan, one time Johnny didn't press the 2 buttons that say record. He didn't actually do that one time.
Oh,
That was
Brian
not a
did
good day
that
for
too.
Johnny.
Ryan's
Not a
done
good
that
day for
before too.
Johnny.
Yeah.
He thought I would be really upset, but he just kind of killed himself.
Well, that's
But I
that's
digress.
right. That's because it's for him. It's like, oh man, I'm the one thing I'm supposed to be a professional at, and I messed it up.
So everyone does it.
Oh yeah, it's
Ah, fuck, we forgot the batteries. Or, oh, fuck, we forgot this.
right.
Forgot the shoulder rig. We didn't bring the shoulder rig one day. I was like, oh, man. And then fucking, we learned our lesson, though, because holding that fucking camera just by hand is like, yeah.
It was a hard lesson to learn too, man. Like it was not easy. Oh, after so we did Decimate as well. And we did Decimate with the phone camera, and I shot a bunch of sets. I had probably 95 gigabytes worth of videos for Sloan. And they disappeared. They all got fucking deleted. 90 gigs gone. Because I was trying to make some space so I can move some stuff around, and I totally messed it. It was terrible. It broke my heart. But lesson
I
learned.
will come up to you. I'll come up to you at the electric highway, and I will make sure the red lights are on. I'll make sure your batteries are all green.
Yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. We're gonna actually.
I got your back.
Hopefully, we're gonna have the new batteries in time for electric highway because the new battery that I'm getting is a big one, and it mounts to the back of the shoulder rig, so it will counterbalance the shoulder rig as well. And then that'll give us
a good chiropractor.
There
When it's
you
all
go.
Said and done, I know a good chiropractor.
and that'll give us probably a good 10 hours of straight filming time without turning the camera off if we wanted.
Insane.
So now we got to get into the videos. Now we've chatted up enough. We've warmed everybody up and freshened everybody up enough. So it's video time now.
All right.
All right, we got this Sasquatch video first. I'm stoked about this
You're
one.
just gonna hit him hard and heavy with the headliner of the entire festival first. Is that what you're gonna do? Is that what you're telling me you're gonna do?
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? Now that
Okay,
yeah,
that's a good idea.
because we got him coming on Thursday, so
Sure.
we got to start. We got to get it.
Summer is a perfect time to see the Yukon. The Midnights.
There we go. That's better.
I was just going to say, what happened?
Oh, I still got stuff changed up. I got to have the 2 different browsers or else the sound will overlap, right? So I got to make sure I got my videos in the right browser. So
This is not like Joe Rogan with someone else doing all that in the background. You're doing it live right now.
Yeah, this is me doing all this by hand right now. So now we're gonna.
So what are we gonna watch? We're gonna watch the Destroyer video. Is that what we're gonna watch?
Yes, we're gonna hit this Destroyer video.
Awesome.
I'm glad that you sent this one because I really love the live in studio videos.
Yeah, right. It's pretty cool, hey.
You can get the vibe of how they would perform, but it's also a controlled environment, so all the lighting is fucking perfect, and like all the shots are just deadly angled and focused right in, and it's just great stuff. And it's a perfect learning opportunity for me to see these and think about how they're angling and how they're lighting and how they're, what lenses they might be using and stuff, you know? So this is Destroyer by Sasquatch.
Come in there.
We're ready.
No.
Time for some rips, Ryan. That's our signal for puff time.
Well, if I wasn't sitting at the dining room table.
All good, buddy. Respect.
So, are we mics on? Are we?
Oh yeah, we're good. So the thing is, these go onto YouTube. So if we were to just play the video and sit and be quiet, we would get copyright struck. They wouldn't put it out to anyone because that's just playing other people's content, right?
Yeah. Look at that badass Ricky he's playing, eh?
Right? I like the what is that called? The sound dampener in the back. It's not a disperser. It's I can't remember the word, CC. But I like the little pieces of wood. It looks super cool.
Yeah, it looks like a
Yeah, now I just want to start collecting scrap wood from work and build one for Sasha.
Right? That's rad. And you know all those pieces of wood are measured specifically.
That's not what it's going to be when I'm done with mine, but
Jake from Flashback actually just bought a Rick too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he drove out to BC and picked it up. I'm pretty sure.
Must be a nice one if he's gonna drive to BC to get it.
Jakey Boy is a mystery. That guy lives for the fuzz, man. He lives for the fuzz. Oh yeah. Jeff from Ombre was playing a beautiful Rickenbacker last night too.
Oh, I bet. I have a book being handed to me of information here, by the way.
What's up?
This is more stuff that I have a book of information being handed here to me, by the way.
Perfect. After this, we'll run through. After this tune, we'll go through it.
Okay.
That way, we won't interrupt you, because I know that you're really clear and concise with your info, and you get that message straight through. So I want to make sure you have the clear space to do that.
Oh, something broke in this kit there. Oh, that's your mouse. I thought something came off of these drums. Perfectly lined up. Song in their set list when they played 420, and I asked them nicely.
Nice. Hey man, if you're gonna flex your promoter powers, you got to do it that way by getting the bands to like play the songs you like.
Oh, I never pretend to do it. It was just I asked nicely. They hadn't even rehearsed it. Who knows, right?
Yeah, of course. That's all. Well, and that's just it. That's all you can do is just be like, hey guys, you guys gonna do this one? Because I've had that happen too with bands where I've asked them what songs they're gonna do, and they're like, no, we haven't played that one in a while. And that's honestly, that's how I've learned to do stuff for my band, because we always have our set lists figured out before shows at all, and we play like this block of shows. When we start playing shows again, will be the same set list for every show, because that's the set list we rehearsed, and that's what time we need to fit.
Yeah, totally.
But these guys are so sick, super sick.
Yeah, big time.
I can't wait to talk to these guys on Thursday. They seem rad. And are they from Australia?
No, that was when they were in Australia touring, and they brought them, set them up in a studio there. They're from Boston and California.
Sick, very rad. Oh,
And I think they live in 3 different places now, actually.
just all over the States. They just get together when they got a tour, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Hell yeah. So you said, Mr. CC, you got a whole booklet of information here. Let's run through it,
do.
buddy. What do you got for us?
Well, what do you want to know first, Nate? What do you want to know first?
So we need to know the basis of Electric Highway. How did we get How did we get the Electric Highway? What is?
Well, the electric highway evolved from something we started doing. Many years now with the pandemic thrown in, but we started. Late 15, 16, I don't know.
We started 2017.
2017. We started doing the 420 Music and Arts Festival as a platform, not just for stoner rock, stoner metal, doom, sludge, and all that, but of course, we wanted a platform for legalization, for what the good qualities of marijuana are. And we wanted to reverse stigma behind it, because at the time, suffering from Crohn's, it was one of the things that helped me out. So in it, and actually, truth be told, we were just trying to get cool bands to come to Calgary, and we reached out to Wolf Fat, and lo and behold, they wanted to come. We reached out to Sasquatch, and anyways. So we did this festival for 3 years called the 420 Music and Arts Festival, and then marijuana became legal, and there was so much BS behind advertising, what they could and couldn't do, how they could, spend their money, and what we could do as a venue for sponsorship. So we lost a lot of that. When pot was illegal, we had all kinds of money from sponsorships from these companies, and when it became legal, when we thought it would be like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, it all dried up and went away.
Yeah, because all those people.
The other thing was, we also wanted to expand the festival and kind of I want to say get away from all stoner rock or stoner metal, doom, desert rock, that kind of stuff. We wanted to add some other stuff in. So we had a big focus and had friends over. Some joints for smoke, some drinks for drink, a few fire pits, all kinds of stuff going on. And we came up with this idea that the music that we wanted to feature was very electric. And we wanted Calgary to be a roadmap for people to come from all around the world to hear this music. So we came up with the Electric Highway. And man, we put together something pretty amazing that first year. I have to admit, people were and have bought tickets from Europe, the United States, England, and there was talk on all kinds of platforms and post groups and Facebook groups about what was going on in Calgary. And then, it happened. We all know what happened. We were actually the first festival of many shut down in Southern Alberta, and the festival went away. Just weeks away from the festival. It was really funny. Tickets just ground to a halt in sales as things were kind of developing around the world. And then as things shut down, we thought maybe it might open just in time, but it was too late. And here we are, almost 3 years later. And like we're talking about, many roller coasters up and down all over the place. Some bands aren't even a band anymore. So here we are now, coming up to March 23rd, 4th, and 5th at Dickens. The Electric Highway, I almost want to say it's back, but it never went anywhere. It hasn't happened yet. It was like this massive delay in road construction, I guess you could call it. Kind of used to that in Southern Alberta, but
it's the ring road all over again.
Yeah, it is. But unlike these guys, we didn't have an actual timeline as when we had to complete things, but we did have internal timelines as to when we wanted to get things done, and it was almost getting too late. And even as things were opening up, it was hard to get a hold of bands. Like I said, some bands weren't available, some bands are ghosting us. A lot of things went on, but happy to say we're pretty stoked with the lineup. We have 24 bands, I think it is, over 3 days at Dickens, which is actually, when we had 2 stages at our other venue, we didn't have 24 bands. We had less bands. So I don't know how we're doing it with only 1 stage at Dickens, but we're bringing you more bands than we had at the original time, and it's going to be an awesome festival. 3-day passes, I'll just say right now, are available for $75 until March 22nd, or while quantities last. And regular festival passes will be $95 at the door. Just go to theelectrichighway.ca and go to the store, and you can see all kind of ticket packages available. We also put on limited 2-day packages and Single day tickets are on sale as well too. But I mean, you want to come and spend $40 and on a Saturday night, just spend 75 and come to all 3 nights is what I'm saying. It's a pretty good deal.
Might as well.
Deal. And you know, Nate, as you know, we have all kinds of great music happening in Western Canada, and we really wanted to focus as we brought back the festival because you know this is our target group. This is our family, Western Canada. So we really wanted to focus on that, and that's kind of what we did. But we went back to some of the bands we had coming to the fest originally, and you know, Sasquatch are just the guys who just came through for us, and you know, are going to headline, and you know, we haven't had them since the second 420 festival when for some stupid reason we put them on a Thursday night. I don't know why we did that. It wasn't even 420 for fuck's sakes. Anyways, we wanted to have a good band every night, so you put on an amazing act on Thursday night. And what we heard and what we remembered was how many people messaged us that they couldn't come Thursday for all these various reasons, or they didn't know, they saw the festival and thought maybe Sasquatch was playing on the Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
They didn't put the time to investigate. So we said, fuck it. Sasquatch is going to be our headliner. We couldn't be more excited to have them playing at the festival. Pretty
Hell
stoked.
yeah. Hell yeah, man. It's been a long electric highway, buddy.
It has been. There's been, you know, our hashtag is buckle up, and we've been buckled up the whole time. I mean, there's so many stupid ways you can make fun of the electric highway and the terms that you use, you know.
And you have
speed
to.
bumps along the way,
Yeah.
you know, massive construction delays, the ring road, all of it. But you know what? No matter what happens, all roads lead to the electric highway. Downtown Calgary, Dickens, you know, as far as I'm concerned, the best live music venue in a club scenario in Calgary that you're going to find. 500 people or less. Nothing is like it at Dickens.
Yep.
Amazing light and sound system. Awesome food, like we talked about. Great sight lines. Awesome pit if you want to hang in the pit, and it won't even be insane. There's a place to mosh. There's a place to hang out, not to mosh if you don't. You know, our kind of stuff. You just kind of hang out and rock and groove, right? Is what's really going on there.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. And Dickens has become Trash Talk's like second home lately. We've been there shooting so much stuff, and like.
Well, a lot going on down there.
Everybody is always so nice to us, and we always get like the top flight service. Everybody does though. And I finally bucked up the courage to go and talk to April and ask her if she could put white light facing the bands instead of just red light everywhere. And she said, yes, amazing idea. And I have never felt more stoked, because that's been one of the big problems with shooting at Dickens is they have the lights. They have amazing lights, and they run those lights the whole time, but they don't have lots of people in there shooting bands. So
Yeah, so a lot of when they just hit you with one solid color, like
Yeah.
solid red or solid green.
But-
like
that's also why we got the new camera, because we want to be able to shoot in any setting, and we couldn't be happier to get like a cheat code, like being able to shoot at Dickens. It's just it's a great spot, and I'm stoked that Electric Highway is happening there, because it's
so many reasons. It really just lucked out for us. In fact, long ago when we put the highway together, that's where we wanted to be. We wanted to be at Dickens, but this was pre-pandemic. And for those who don't know, Dickens is in a basement in a building right at the core, downtown Calgary, right at the edge of the core, and restaurant and businesses above it. But the key there was a restaurant. And, you know, even if you wanted to start a show there early, I think before 8 o'clock, you had to get special permission from the restaurant upstairs, because, of course, they're open for serving families dinner and all that stuff. Well, sometime during the pandemic, the restaurant has shut down, that business has changed, and now we don't have to worry about that anymore. Dickens could do their Terminus Festival because they timed it up perfectly with the restaurant that was upstairs. It was a family-run business, so they'd shut down for 2 weeks every year, and during that 2 weeks is when Chris would roll in and have his Terminus Festival. So we didn't understand at first. We said, no, I can't have festivals here. It just doesn't work out. We're like, what are you talking about? You have Terminus. And at first he didn't really kind of explain everything. Well, you know, we just didn't really grasp the whole concept.
Yeah.
But when everything kind of changed, you know, we had a situation develop at the venue we were originally booked at for the last 3 years. Something came up, and, you know, we were double booked, and it was a charity event that came in, and, you know, we weren't about to stop a charity event from happening. Talking to the guy putting his event together, he wouldn't have been able to have the 2 headliners that he'd planned show up if his weekend moved. So we were like, no, don't worry about it. Let us find a solution. And Celestia, my partner in the festival, she reached out to Chris at Dickens, and he had to check a few things, but it's going to be working out on so many levels. It's going to be awesome. Again, like I said, as far as I'm concerned, sub 500 people in the city, man. Dickens is the best venue in the city, not just to see music, but for bands to play.
Yep.
I think for fans to come and see. And, we're actually going to be filling up Dickens too, not only with the bands and all that, but we have an awesome expo that'll be set up at the back of Dickens, so you can come down and check out a whole bunch of vendors that'll be set up throughout the festival. So it's not just your typical t-shirts, patches, and beanie caps and all that, but that's going to be there too. That's going to be great. We'll have all kinds of stuff. So we can talk about some of that later. But my key is the bands. Can I tell everyone what the bands are? Who's coming?
Oh yeah. But before we do that, I gotta throw.
Play some more music or what?
Yes, we're gonna play this La Chinga song because I'm a huge fan of La Chinga.
La Chinga, man, I'm telling you, 420 started as a way for us to get La Chinga.
I remember.
To Calgary. Yeah. It's a true story. We reached out to them, and I knew they had toured all across Europe, talking to their manager, and of course they play everywhere in BC. But like, man, we've never played anywhere in Canada, but really. Here we don't really get too excited unless it's something worthwhile. I'm like, worthwhile. We're gonna put something cool. Trust me. And they came out and blew our minds, and they've been back for all 3 of the 420 Music and Arts festivals. Yeah. And there was no doubt in either of our minds that La Chinga was going to be coming back. And they're right where they need to be, right below Sasquatch. They're going to be playing for. Is it a full hour, Celestia? I think they're playing for a full hour, man. We're going to get a great set out of those guys. What have you got for us, Nate? What's the video?
So we got Gone Gypsy here, but before that, I want to say a shout out to Celestia and the Celestial Agency. Shout out to Osiren, 70K, Celeste. Yeah. Great work. You're a fucking inspiration and a champion. But we're not going to dote on her too much because she's busy. She's a boss lady. So we're going to get into these tunes.
She runs the festival, man.
Hell yeah.
Just put the bands together. She does everything else.
Hell yeah. That's what it's all about.
Everything else. Yeah.
All right, so this is Gone Gypsy by La Chinga. Oh.
However, in all likelihood, there are children present in the
La Chinga.
So, can I tell you a funny story about this video?
Yes.
So, High Voltage TV, we put a couple of videos in the show, and of course, we're going to put a La Chinga video in, and we actually have like an actual video. They got all kinds of videos they make, like with quick camera edits, almost like a lyric video, but not lyrics and all that stuff, little video visages and stuff like that, but actual video. Yeah, send it to us. And I don't know, Johnny and I never noticed in this video somewhere there's an open beer. Oh look, he jumps into the fucking van with a bottle of booze, right? We didn't notice that. And I think they're rehearsing somewhere, and behind one of the guys is an old Playboy 3-page gatefold of some, Playboy bunny turned sideways, and you can see her boob and maybe a little bit of hair between her legs. Mm-hmm. And if you blink, if you literally do this, you will miss that shot. Well, we actually thought we were going to get the show pulled off of TELUS and all that because can't have that. And then there was drinking. How could they have drinking in the car? So I knew we wouldn't have a problem showing it on Trash TV.
No, buddy, not here, man. It's Twitch. So, the only thing that we got for Twitch is if it's legal in Canada, we're good to go. And I have 18 plus at the beginning of my stream. Oh, no, I don't.
Yeah, no.
I don't, but still, it won't get tagged. It won't get flagged.
No, it's all good. I knew there'd be no problems, but Johnny and I both like how. So this is like the checklist that we do now, right? We've now added, before we did the Astro Prophets, we're like, okay, does anyone have a sticker that says fuck, shit, piss, motherfucker? Like I read off the Carlin words, literally, and everyone just goes, no, that's not. Then we have a song where one of the main lyrics is bitch. Let me turn this thing off. Where the main word is bitch in the song, I'm like, no, you're not gonna worry about that.
See, this is one thing that we had to worry about for Trash Talk now too, because if you got a certain amount of time at the beginning of the video that if you say any foul language or anything like that, and it will instantly choke your video out. And I've been putting a lot of cash into the YouTube channel to try and get it boosted up and get it to where it needs to go, because for the kind of content that I make, it's not the viral content, and I don't want it to be the viral content.
Yeah.
But making some moves, got lots of views on there, man. I wanted to. I don't think we would be suitable for TELUS TV, CC. I really don't. But that's okay. So that's okay. There's enough space everywhere for both of us.
Man, there's a lot of cleavage in that video. I'm just noticing now as I watch.
I know as we're watching it, I'm like, man, there's a lot of like pinups.
We call that award-winning underboob.
Award-winning underboob. Not to be
These guys are
confused
so
with
awesome.
side
I'm so stoked to see these guys play at Dickens. It'll be the best place they've played in Calgary since Distortion.
What a great
Easily.
music video too. Rockin' party. That just looks like Vantopia.
Probably something like that in BC, right?
Yeah.
'Cause these guys are totally into van culture in BC. The singer's also a big-time surfer.
Nice. He looks like it.
Multi-millionaires. I think his parents are multi-millionaires just outside of Calgary because they stayed at their parents' place when they came out for the festival. And I see pictures of him like in the middle of fucking nowhere surfing these crazy, Tahiti and
Wild.
Azores and yeah. So I think he's got a good life.
Well, good for him. Fucking A, man. Fucking A.
Nice. And I think the guitar player is some kind of a really high-end tech dude.
Fucking rights. That song
Here we
fucking ripped.
Yeah.
Fucking rights. Very rad. That was La Chinga with Gone Gypsy.
Man, Canada's best kept secret right fucking there, I'm telling you, La Chinga.
Fucking word. That's some good shit. Now, before we get into the next song, you got bands. Let's run through these bands for me for real quick here, CC.
All right, so I'm actually going to look at the list because it's up here 100%.
No, always.
You just never know when you're dealing with 24 bands, but I could probably name this off the top of my head. But again, so Electric Highway, Thursday, March 23rd through Saturday, March 25th at Dickens in downtown Calgary. Thursday night, we got everything starting off with Destroy My Brains from Lloydminster, Alberta. And these guys like
I know
heavy
those
stuff,
guys.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
like
That's the
trust
same
me,
guys as Ashes.
if you want some heavy, this is the night to come. Is the Thursday night. Father Moon are coming on, and they're totally retooled as a doom power trio. Like they just that were high voltage TV as well, blew our minds. No More Moments from Siksika will be there that night.
Yeah.
One thing really cool with us is we've had involvement with Darty from Crown Goblin and Gone Cosmic at all of our festivals. He debuted Gone Cosmic at one of the 420 Music and Art Festivals. Well, he's doing that again. He's got another act that he's put together. This band's called Musing, and it's all instrumental surf and space rock. Like, it's unbelievable. So he'll be debuting that on Thursday night as well. Everyone's friends, everyone's favorite ragers, Citizen Rage. I said we wanted to branch out on the Electric Highway. That's why we got bands like No More Moments and Citizen Rage playing. So Citizen Rage will be there, ripping it apart on Thursday night. And our headliner, and this just came together perfectly. The universe is always listening, and you always got to believe in everything that you're doing, because we were struggling finding a headliner for Thursday night. And then the rumor came out that Hypnopilot was actually going to become a thing again. And for those that don't know, Hypnopilot is the OG, the original stoner rock, desert rock band in Southern Alberta. They were the first guys to actually do this music and play it and make a following. They've been away, they came back, they've been away. They came around again just in time for the 420 Music and Arts Festival. Well, they're back, they're reunited, and I think it's pretty cool. What they're going to be doing for their set is they're going to be featuring and playing from front to back on the 20th anniversary of the year of the album's release, their initial first album, all of it, which is pretty cool. They're going to sprinkle in some classics as well, and I think they got a couple covers. You can almost always guarantee a Black Sabbath track with these guys. So nice. Hypnopilot, they're going to be our headliners. Then that's just the first night. Friday, March 21st, the Basement Paintings from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, one of the bands we had planned to come to the festival the first time we had the Electric Highway that couldn't make it. They're coming back. We've picked up a few bands as a tour is rolling through Alberta, and we just happened to make a phone call at the right time and talk about, like, we had some great bands Thursday night, but we wanted to take it up a notch, and we were struggling. And but we'll get into that in a second. But as a result of a couple phone calls, these next two bands, first time appearances in Calgary in a long time, Space Queen and Molten Lava from Vancouver are going to be coming in. Awesome music you're going to hear from these two bands, who there's married couple in them, so that's kind of cool. Also coming from the left coast of Canada, Empress, who were supposed to be at the first Electric Highway, but the pandemic ruined everything for everybody. You were talking about on pre-show, I think maybe you mentioned in the show, I'm not too sure. Hombre, brand new dirty desert rock band here in Calgary. We're stoked to have them. They're playing from Crossfield, Alberta. Again, talk about another band that's been around for a while, but they kind of do the heavy blues version of this whole stoner and desert rock thing. Set in Stone, Cody and his band have been
I've known
around
Cody
and been
for a
helping us out.
long time. Me and Cody have been friends for a long time.
You see where I'm pounding the hand here. Like Cody, when we were in trouble, reached out. Anything I can do, anything I can do. He's always been there, as Jordan, the rest of the guys. So we're really excited to have them at a great spot on Friday night, opening up right after them, Gone Cosmic. And that was where the show was going to end, and we thought that was pretty good. I mean, Gone Cosmic, one of the best bands in Calgary. Abby, is she not one of the most, woman is a firecracker, and talk about challenges overcome. I mean, we'll let her talk about some of that stuff. You can do some research on the web, but
fucking rights. That
woman is badass, and it definitely translates on the stage. You have to see them. But if that wasn't enough, I talked about this tour rolling through Alberta with Space Queen and Molten Lava. Well, we got the guys from the left coast and the northern part of Alberta to get together, and Black Mastiff, these guys put out an amazing album in 2019, and they had this incredible tour all lined up. And then the pandemic came and ruined everything for them. They didn't get to even play one show. So I think we're the second show on the tour on the Friday night, March 24th. So an awesome night of stoner rock, desert metal, stoner metal, the whole 9 yards. We got everything for you on Friday night. And then Saturday, well, I mean, I'm just going to flip the page because I don't want to miss anyone.
Yeah,
Things are going to get cool. I wanted to, like I said, we wanted to have a different vibe. We wanted to have different music coming to the Electric Highway, and we definitely are doing that on Saturday. And it starts everything off with Garuda from Cranbrook, BC. Now, if you don't know who Garuda are, you're into Facebook. Ferdy Belland. I think, are you friends with Ferdy?
Oh, yeah, me and Ferdy are good buds. We're going to be meeting up at Electric Highway and doing an interview.
If you're into music in Western Canada and on Facebook and Twitter, you've probably, Instagram, you've probably had a contact or run into Ferdy Belland one way or another. Well, he's bringing his latest incarnation. And he, by the way, this guy's got serious cred, plays bass with Biff Naked, right? So that's pretty awesome right there. But he's put together this trio of instrumentalists with the sitar, bass, and drums, and they're called Garuda. So you can imagine the vibe that is going to start everything off on Saturday at the Electric Highway when you walk in and you think you're hearing Rabbi Shankar. I see Ryan smoking some vapes there. Yeah, man, that's what you're going to be flying pretty good when you walk in and hear the sitar going. And then coming down from Edmonton, first time ever in Calgary, Teddy and the Heavy are bringing their heavy-duty space rock, surf metal. Really fits in well with what we got going on after them, which is a Sleeping Legion coming from Winnipeg, Manitoba. These guys are like a pretty good trip on their own as well. Our friends from Siksika, Iron Tusk are going to be there. We want to get a good, punky kind of a grungy vibe going on Saturday, so they're helping us with that. And like I just said, we just had them at the Dynamite Studios doing an episode of High Voltage TV. It's funny, there's a lot of Electric Highway bands on High Voltage TV this year, but the Astro Prophets are going to be there. Stacy and the guys are going to blow you away if you haven't seen the Astro Prophets. I mean, this is kind of like straight up heavy metal, old school retro rock, whatever you want to call it. She, just like Abby, is a high voltage, energetic woman on stage, so you definitely have to check them out. With us for a long time, our friends from Edger, Brown Dwarf. Now, these guys have evolved. They're a 5-piece band to start, but now they've added a maniac on this crazy psychedelic keyboard setup they have, and these guys have taken it to the whole
That's the spaceship.
They have grown so much as a band. I'm telling you, we had them check out right now on High Voltage TV. We have them up as episode number 2. You can see for yourself. First time they played anywhere with their keyboard player. First time they even had a chance to see themselves play with the keyboard player. Awesome. Now these guys right here, I don't know how well you can see it.
Buffalo Budbuster, baby.
Calgary only means one thing, baby. Buffalo Budbuster. And they're busting out their new 4-string king.
Brent Stutzky.
Yes, Brent Stutzky on bass. I saw he's all stoked. He was sharing the post I put up. That's going to be awesome. And I mean, what a good combination. That man has been around the hard and heavy scene in Calgary forever. And it just seemed like a natural fit for these guys when they needed to find a bass player. I mean, we're just setting you up like this night just keeps building and building. And then let Shinga come on for an hour's worth of heavy rock. They're going to show you how it's done. And then the night could be over in most places. Like you go home, you're going to be really happy. But no, none of the Electric Highway, like I said, from Massachusetts and from California and from all places unknown in the United States for bringing together one of the best desert rock power trios in the country right now. They have one of the hottest albums out in 2022 that just came out, leading us into 23. So Sasquatch are headlining the stage, playing a full headlining set. So, chaos, mayhem, all kinds of crap with all the roadblocks we had and all the road construction. Yeah, it was hell. It was a roller coaster. You know, here's the date for the festival. No, we're shut down again. Here's the date for the festival. No, we can't get any headliners. Here's the date for the festival. No, we can't do this because of this reason. And it's finally come together. March 23rd through 25th at Dickens. We'll see you there. Now, I was talking about how our Thursday night was going to be headlined by Hypnopilot, right? I think you got something ready for us there, or is that right? Or
I got
go
some
Friday night one.
I got some Black Mastiff right here, right now. Yeah,
from Vancouver and Edmonton. Excellent.
Because I myself am a Black Mastiff fan. Black Mastiff and Bison are, because you know me, CC. I like to go fast. I like to get intense. Like to get some sweat going on. But I also am a music guy, and like Black Mastiff and Bison. That's the chef's kiss, man. But we're going to talk more about Black Mastiff, obviously. So, this is Pyramids by Black Mastiff. And so far, the video looks like it's setting up to be something wild. So, let's get into it.
It's pretty chill video.
You come across a green cone on the shores of a river. What do you do?
Touch it.
What do you
I've
think?
never seen this video before today, actually.
What do you think he rolled to get that effect, Ryan?
I don't know.
Dig that tambourine in there, man. Fuck yeah. Oh, they got a Thunderbird on the front of their van. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like fucking nuclear green.
Yeah.
This is like how long ago did this video come out? 10 years ago.
10 years?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah. So they play with those green pyramids on the stage with them.
Oh,
Sick.
Yeah. Well, at least they did last time.
that's legit.
And then he plays like a drum kit with this really weird psychedelic spiral on all the drums.
Fucking awesome. Horrify needs some giant spiders on stage. Ryan, you need a spider costume and to come to the show and do the spider on stage. Or just
Who the fuck's gonna film then?
fuck.
Say if Alex isn't taking pictures, you can do the spider.
What's that?
Look, it's another Ricky bass.
She volunteers.
I've already thought about bringing like a dragon costume to Balrogaf.
Hell yeah.
Because the venue won't let me bring a fucking sword inside for some reason. Who knows?
Oh, imagine that.
They let Necht bring that big ass spear in.
Yeah, but they're on stage. I'm just standing in the crowd.
And all the spikes on their costume. Zuh. That was a sick
we gotta
band.
keep it safe. They just have like a bag of corks and they just start corking spikes on people's jackets.
Right. Okay. So that was Pyramids by Black Mastiff. That was sick. I love those guys. That was a classic too.
Hopefully, you have those green pyramids. Like I say, usually they're on the stage when they're playing.
Right? That's
Well,
fucking
if they
awesome.
don't, then that's the first question we're asking them.
Where are they?
Where's the
Where are they?
pyramids? Where's the pyramids?
Oh, the light burned out in my room, so I just have them set up in my room.
That sounds like a stoner rock thing to do, man.
Right.
Totally.
You don't wanna
Green
change the
pyramids.
light.
Imagine that. Green pyramids. Put that one together, hey?
Right? Fuck yeah. It's because green is the color of weed, man.
Don't tell people.
I'm fucking stoked. Who do you have it? Who are the vendors? You got some of those vendors, those sweet vendors.
It's really funny that you say that. And this wasn't set up because just as you said that, I moved that little information package that Celestia gave me, all about the vendors on top of the keyboard here. So
Man, oh man.
It's amazing, seriously. So yeah, the expo runs all 3 days from open to close the festival. And again, you can go to the event on Facebook, by the way, Electric Highway Festival 2023. Look at that. That has all the times that the festival opens and closes, when the doors open and close and all that kind of stuff. But the expo runs all 3 days. And by the way, there is some space still available. So if you're looking at coming out and having access to anywhere from 2 to 300, 400 people a night, that's what we'll have happening at the Electric Highway. Contact the Electric Highway Festival at gmail.com for more info. Anyhow, right now, the vendors we have, Julie Heiner, Killers and Demons. So is a book that she'll be talking about, and she'll be doing some signing, so you can ask some questions about a book, and she will sign it up for you. Pretty cool stuff. Andrew Bulldog, or am I saying that right? Bulldog? Anyway, Andrew from Analog Universe Games. He's the guy that invented. If you checked out
buddy.
Blitz, you
Definitely.
knew right away who I was talking about.
Yep.
Yes.
Right?
We ran into him at festivals, and we've been in their chat to harass the Flashback guys when they did their episode. They're great guys.
Yeah, I watched it.
Analog Universe kicks ass.
Yeah, so we're going to be, actually, Celestia and I will be on the show. I asked right away, are we playing the game? I don't know if we're playing the game or not, but I want to play the game.
I think you're going to, I hope you're going to be playing the game.
I want to play the game, please.
I will be in the chat.
I bought the game at Loud as Hell. They were beside us at Loud as Hell. Awesome guys, by the way. I think I might have helped sell 2 games because I knew everything about this game by the end, and when people needed that extra nudge, I'm like, I held up mine. Yeah. I bought one, and then that was it. I usually help close them, but
I bought one instantly because I like making up band names and shit.
Right,
so.
It's a fun game. Although you have to be a little bit intoxicated, no matter what that may be. Even if you don't drink or do drugs, a lot of sugar helps out as well too. Coffee's kind of coffee and sugar, so you can get yourself pumped up in many ways. So yeah,
here at Trash Talk, we are never intoxicated.
I didn't think so. I'm actually drinking a beer tonight too. My lovely Stampeders koozie, so I am drinking beer tonight. So yeah, Andrew will be there pitching what he does at Universe Games and showing off some band room blitz, plus candles, crystals, jewelry, and leatherwork, apparel, and so much more. And Celestia also wants me to tell everyone about the merch pre-sale for the Electric Highway. So you can buy festival t-shirts, and we have 2. We have one that has the actual poster, and it's funny, people are like, man, I haven't seen a festival with the festival t-shirt with a poster on it in forever. Like, we do it each year. Every time we're doing a festival, we're going to do it, but we're doing it again. And my brain is freezing. The artwork, the artwork though for the poster, David Seymour, David Paul Seymour, right? So am I saying that right? I don't have that one written down.
That's okay. That's okay.
Too many years.
I have to say, Brett Trons, he is one part of 2 from Proud Dad's Promotions in Red Deer. And he commented on the post that we had going today, and he was stoked on that poster. And I got to say, I am too. And the logos that you sent me in all the different colors, man.
Yeah, logos. Our logos were done by, who did our logos again? Sketchy Intuitions, yeah, and that guy does amazing artwork for Stoner Rock stuff too. He's done some album covers for, I know for Wolfat, but he's done some stuff I think for Great Electric Quest as well. So Sketchy Intuitions, Sketchy Intuitions, check him out.
That stuff's not cheap either. Good artwork. Well, goes a long way.
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now, David Paul Seymour, awesome to work with. I mean, he tweaked as we needed, and especially with the pandemic and some other stuff going on, he helped us out with a lot of stuff there too that he might not have done otherwise. Really great guy to work with. Same thing with Sketchy Intuitions as well. He and Celestia went back and forth to create the design we have today, but we're having both designs, so you can get either just the main logo of the festival or the whole festival with all the lineup. That's kind of cool. It's got the lineup and the dates on it. We have the pre-orders for that. T-shirts, posters, stickers. The key with the pre-orders, and I really want to focus on that, is that number one, you can show up to the festival. It's right there. It's set aside for you. You don't have to worry about it. I am a larger guy. Yeah. Since I got married, my wife cooks very nice food, and I do like to consume it.
You're beautiful.
My weight, a little bit. So I need an XXL every once in a while. And sometimes, you wait till the middle of the festival till it's almost over. You wander over, and It's gone. I'm always motivated to fit into that regular XL shirt, but I like getting the XL. Even when I lose the weight, it's nice and comfortable on me. So that's what I'm trying to point out. Is it doesn't matter what your size. Maybe you're a small or medium. Sometimes those sizes are really, can be tough to find at the end of the festival as well. Pre-order your merch. You can show up to the festival. You can pick it up as you walk in the door. It's all settled, good to go. Who knows? You walk up, you might be sold. You might look behind you, and it might be gone. So that's what I have to say about that.
You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen more than once. And I myself, I'm skinny boy, but I'm tall. And I myself like the double XL too, because I work construction. Right. So I like to have my shirts stay tucked into my pants when I put my arms above my head to do stuff, because I don't like the breeze coming up. So I know how you feel about the double XLs.
Pre-order your double X.
Hell yeah.
Pre-order your small.
Fucking right.
Yeah, you just have to go to the electrichighway.ca, click on the store button. Again, that's where you buy tickets or passes for the festival. That's where all the merch pre-sale is going to be done, right there. electrichighwayfestival.ca. Check on the store button.
Hell yeah, super stoked. Let's check out the old Hypnopilot. Now, Hypnopilot brings back good memories for me, because that's one of the first bands I've ever listened to when I discovered the Calgary Beer Corps at the tender age of 16. And I came in and they were gone. And then I remember when they returned, because when World Class was playing in the scene, they were never around. And then they came back just as we were leaving again, and it was like, it was really nice to see they still had all the same old white and black swirl artwork. And I remember what got me on Hypnopilot, before I even listened to the music, was their logo. I had a Hypnopilot sticker, and I was like, this band's super sick. And then when I listened to them, I was expecting like something weirder, but the stoner rock fit perfectly. So we're going to check out Come Around by Hypnopilot, and it's going to be a banger. I wonder what kind of video these guys did.
It looks green.
I think it's just art.
Imagine that, more green.
Yeah.
I dig this track too, actually. It's a pretty cool track.
That's a jogging bass line.
Right?
Hell yeah.
They'll be playing this one for sure. It's on their first album. So the only other thing I really need to do is just mention our sponsors.
Oh yeah, buddy.
We've got everything covered.
We got some time here still.
Okay, go.
That's one thing. We never cut off. The last part of the show is always space.
It's like a lyric video without the lyrics.
Right? It's a visualizer.
Yeah, visualizer. There you go. But it was before visualizers were cool. These guys are so OG.
Yeah, evil sinful muffin. Thank you for following. Greatly appreciated. We had while you were talking, my buddy Drex raided with a group. Thank you guys for jumping into the stream. This is CC Getty. He's talking about the Electric Highway Festival that we're having in Calgary here in March. Greatly appreciate you guys joining in and jumping in the chat. How is everybody's day going? This is Hypnopilot. Thank you, Drex, for the raid. Greatly appreciated, buddy. This is a great visualizer for coming out before. Like, this came out before visualizers were like...
Yeah, totally, right?
Visualizers of just...
a little shifty geometric thing.
This is that design is sweet. This is...
Right.
So, like, visualizers have just started to get traction in the last, like, two years, maybe 3 years, because of
I've been into watching them since I got into Mastodon. Because I found Mastodon did really trippy, psychedelic visualizers. And yes, that's exactly the term was, visualizer. Yep.
Black Dahlia had some cool ones. Cannibal Corpse had, like, some twitching zombie ones. I remember... oh, darn. Skipping off my tongue, but there's been a couple of bands that have like really, really cinematic visualizers, and what it is it's the artwork for their album, and then they go dive into it with the camera, and like little bits and pieces of it are animated and stuff. It's wild. Awesome. I'm glad you guys had a good day. We had a good day here too. Unless Ryan had a bad day, but did you?
No, I had a good day.
Nice.
I came out a hero, so.
Hell yeah. Maybe after we'll check out the picture of Ryan's job site today.
No, we're not checking that out because Ryan's not tied off. That's why I only sent it in the chat and I didn't post it to Facebook.
He's only 3 feet off the ground, we promise.
I swear.
I've heard if you work on a city job site, you gotta be tied off like a motherfucker everywhere.
Oh yeah.
We got sent out to do snow removal on some condos today that really like big snow drifts on the north sides of these houses.
It's one of those things where there's only specific crews that get to go do it, and it's technically residential. So it's this weird gray space, but it needs to get done, and that's why only specific people get to do it. It's like the first person who goes up to put an anchor on for the other people to tie off to. There's always those gray area jobs. Construction, baby. You gotta love construction work.
Well, if you get the pile of snow at the bottom of the roof deep enough.
No, don't say it, Ryan. Don't say it. People don't want to hear about that, man. That's illegal. That was awesome. That was Hypnopilot, and god damn, those guys rip. I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to get some good video. I'm stoked.
It'll be a good night. We've got good headliners each night, and we got a wide variety of music happening. It doesn't really matter what you like, whether you like it heavy, whether you like it psychedelic, whether you just like you want to rip your face off. We have a little bit for everybody. For sure.
Hell yeah.
What year did you guys have Dope Throne come in?
Well, that would have been the second year. So we started in 2017. So that would have been we started in 2016, right?
Yeah.
2017. So 2018 was the year we had Dope Throne. Well, and 19. We had them. Didn't we have them 2 years in a row?
Dope Throne, we had them in the first standalone show.
We had them at I'm a standalone show. That's right. That's what I'm getting
Nice.
confused with. Yeah. So 2018 was the first year we had them. That was a fun time.
That was a good show. Me and the wife went to that. So we're like, let's check this out. And she was like, oh, Dope Throne. Okay, we're fucking going here.
If I remember correctly, Sarah helped us out with a cab or something like that at that festival, didn't she?
Sasha.
Right?
Oh, Sasha. Yeah, I think she did, actually. Yeah, she did.
That definitely sounds like Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Even when I'm
100%.
even when I'm acting like a jackass at Loud as Hell, she's always there to help.
Yeah. No, she, I remember we put a post up. We were looking for something specific, and I hadn't learned about backline companies yet, right? Like I hadn't really had that all figured out yet. You know, flying by the seat of our pants, doing things the way we saw other people do things.
That's how you learn.
She stepped up right away. I got a cab. What do I get for the cab? Well, come hang out at the festival.
Yeah, fuck.
Easily done. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, by the way, we are looking for volunteers. We're still looking for a couple volunteers. I need people that know shit about electronic equipment, band equipment. That's what I'm looking for. So if anyone out there wants to volunteer, get a hold of me or Nate, and we'll get you.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get you set up for sure. No problem. I'll be looking around for some volunteers for you for sure, buddy. I can do that. No worries, man. That's what we got to get done.
Really need a guy that knows a little bit, just enough to be dangerous with drums.
So what
Right?
you need is...
You can always find a guy that knows something about amps and guitars. That's really easy, but it's finding a guy that knows a little bit about drums.
We need Nathaniel.
Just in case Rig says, hey, I need this adjusted that way, and they start talking that crazy language of drummers that, guys that play 4s and 6 strings were like, what are you talking about?
Well,
What are you talking about?
it sounds to me like you need Nathaniel. With Mr. Nathaniel Bonnet. So I'll reach out to Mr. Nathaniel Bonnet and see if he's interested. Because he's the go-to for alt waves in Medicine Hat, and he's just a great guy to work with as well. So maybe I'll see if he has time and if he can make his way out from Medicine Hat for that. Because hey man,
well, Medicine Hat's a long way to go, but like I said, we're still looking for one, maybe 2 more people. Other than that, I think we got things set up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Cool.
Well, we'll put the word
I
out.
thought I was talking about it. Let's just mention it.
Hell yeah, that's what this show is all about, man, for sure. So, you were talking about sponsors.
Yeah, can't really do it without our sponsors. And the
Those
first thing
are
I want
the
to say is
shout-outs.
big, huge shout out to the guys from New Level. I mean, Drew, they've been with us since the start of the 420 Music and Arts Festival. And this whole thing came together really quickly as, we were waiting for things to happen and waiting for certain stuff to happen before we could do stuff. And out of nowhere came, we work with Factor right now. Factor came to help us out with what's called a startup grant. But when that finally came through, things just started rocking and rolling, and we almost forgot that we got to get a beer sponsor. We need a beer sponsor. We're a music festival. Yep. And once again, it's like you set up a proper meeting with Drew and you go hang out with the guy, and it's, it's within 5 minutes, we're just like it was old times and everything's all set up again. So we're really stoked to have a New Level. Asher Media Relations, of course, those guys, Nate, you're pretty familiar with them. Happy to have them as our PR sponsor. And then there's just a plethora of companies, the Athena Bookkeeping Services, Black Collar Manufacturing, of course, Calgary Metal Scene Events. You want to know what's going on in the world of hard and heavy in Calgary and want to see a show or want to know where there's an event happening? Facebook, Calgary Metal Scene Events. You mentioned earlier, Nate, the Celestial Agency. Celestia, man, she's knocking out of the park, getting bands on 70,000 tons and all kinds of stuff.
She is a fucking powerhouse, my friend. Yeah,
you said it, powerhouse. Like I said, she is the brains behind this whole thing. I just, throw a whole bunch of bands up in the air, and where they land, it's her that does all the business behind this stuff. And, of course, we couldn't do this festival without Dickens. Really proud to be working with them. High Voltage TV as well. Plug. I got to do that.
Yeah, buddy, this is the spot. This is the time, man. It's all you.
Yeah, if you don't know what High Voltage TV is and you want to scope out some of the bands that are going to be at the Electric Highway, just check it out on Facebook, High Voltage TV. You'll see it right there, and you can click the links and you'll be watching music, full sets from some of the bands that are playing at the Electric Highway. In fact, tomorrow, I'm going to film all the little segments in and around the episode for episode number 3, which was Father Moon, a band that we just had in that's going to be playing on the first night of the festival too, and we have a video I think somewhere back in the background there too. But anyways, I digress. Also props to you guys know these dudes. We love these guys, and really an inspiration for me as to one of the reasons why we decided to create the 420 Music and Arts Festival, the Electric Highway, the Loud as Hell Festival. We wouldn't be here probably without them. They were the guys that kind of spoke to us. I mean, they didn't tell us, but when I say when they spoke to us with what they do and how we could make something cool like what they do, but different here in Calgary. And of course, Metalheads United, the Facebook page that started it all, over 100,000 people still hanging out and trading stuff on there and talking about all kinds of stuff. A sponsor as well. And of course, like I said, special thanks to Factor and the Canadian government for funding through the Festival Restart Grant.
See, you can't say they're not. You can't say they're not trying to help.
Canadian government. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not here to talk about politics.
We're not picking sides.
But no, not picking sides. Without the Canadian government, this would not be here. So special thanks to Factor for that Festival Restart Grant, which the amazing Celestia wrote the grant for. And hey, you need someone to write a grant.
I do, actually.
Actually,
I do. I've been sent numerous links.
She's got a good track record right now.
I've been sent a couple of links.
I'd love to say some of the people she's writing grants for, but I can't say that.
No, that's okay. Zip.
They're pretty Juno-tastic is all I got to say.
Well, and
that might have been too much. No, there's a lot of bands. There's one Junos. That's all I got to say.
Fucking rights. But yes, actually.
Juno award winners is who she's writing grants for.
Very interesting. Very interesting to bring that
up. What the fuck you're doing if you're writing a grant for a Juno Award?
That's very, very true. You also got to know what you're doing in order to do proposals to get bands on 70K. And Celeste is kicking ass, and huge respect to Celestia and the Celestial Agency. And yes, I do need some assistance
all the time. Trust me, she kicks it all the time. No wonder I got all these hip problems.
Right?
I think she kicks me mostly in the right buttock.
Well, you got to get it back in the other side. You just got to shift really quick when she does it.
I know. I think it's been too many of the right side. That's where most of the problems are right now.
I think that's just called marriage, my friend. I don't know. It's a beautiful thing, buddy. It's a beautiful thing, man. Now,
and before I finish talking about sponsors, I want to send a shout out also to our travel and tourism partners, because they're actually helping us spread the word as well. Tourism Calgary, Travel Alberta, and the Worldwide Festival site by Hellfest as well too, which we're a part of. So
hell yeah,
those are all of our partners.
Beautiful, man. I'm so stoked, and we nailed it perfectly on time too, man. Deadly.
Look at that.
Now, it's funny that you do mention the grant thing, because I have been sent a particularly interesting link that might fit perfectly for the show. to get a couple of bucks to maybe travel this summer, to maybe go a little bit further than where we usually go and get some content from some bands and actually like get moving on it and get some better gear to start doing some better productions and stuff. So very interested in that. So I will get my poop in a group, and maybe I will shoot you over a message for that, because I can't just like.
Ain't me, Serge. You got to talk to her about that.
I will. I definitely will. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Very exciting.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm so glad that we could finally like bring this all around, because I do have an interview. From Loud as Hell that if the microphone would have been turned up properly, it would have sounded better. And Nathaniel took the audio out of it, and he didn't give it back to me. So maybe I should message him and see, because that would be a good piece of classic content to throw on the channel now, because it was a good interview. Aiden did a really good job shooting it. Aiden from Flashback shot that interview, and he did a pretty good job.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It was a nice, cool evening. The sun had gone down. The temperature was back in the living range.
Yeah, we were hanging out in your tent and everything. It was kick-ass. It was kick-ass.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh,
hey, man.
right.
Thanks for having me.
I was like, when was Aiden doing that? But that was after I ate like one too many funguses, and
so this, yeah.
Mushrooms
so the first
at a festival? What are you talking about?
Well,
when I tell people at work what I do August long weekend, they're like, Jesus.
Yeah,
Come to the backyard. It happens all the time.
4 days, man. It's a beautiful thing. It takes training, though. It takes training, and like we're about to go into serious training in the next. As soon as that lineup drops, Trash Talk goes into training.
The nice thing about the Electric Highway is like we kind of set everybody up. We've always been the first festival that hits before anything else. You know, Sled Island, the Folk Festival, Loud as Hell, all these things. We're always we're the first one. So we'll kick everything off yet again.
Yeah, buddy.
And we'll get you started. We'll get you started on the festival highway through the Electric Highway, right?
Right on the highest note, like figuratively and literally, the highest note. Hell yeah, man. And everybody, we've got Sasquatch, the headliner, coming on Thursday. So you're not going to want to miss that. You guys,
Keith, Riggs, and Cass. Like apparently all three of them are going to be there for you.
And I'm very pumped for that. Thank you so much for setting that up, Cameron. I'm grateful. Very grateful. Thank you for spending.
I'm stoked you got all three of them.
I am stoked too, man. I'm stoked too. That's what we like to do. We like to get messy.
I'll be watching.
Hell yeah, it'll
put
be
you on
good.
put you on the big 60-inch. We'll pump you through the PlayStation or something.
Oh,
like that.
nice. You can let me know how grainy my camera looks on big TVs, because I'm getting a new
Looks
one.
pretty good on this one. Looks
Right?
pretty good on this little 14-inch screen right now.
Well, it's 1440p, but the frame rate's not. You know, I got a cool new one picked out, and it's not that expensive at all. I was very happy to see that. It's under $100, and it looks really, really good, and all the reviews are awesome. So we're gonna try it out.
There you go.
Now, tomorrow's Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday with CC. We will be on site at Dickens getting video for not the finals, but the final preliminary of the Vaughan Metal Battle Canada, Calgary. So we got Balragath.
Last chance.
Hell yeah, last chance to see before the finals, and I'm stoked for the finals. The finals, I'm going to see if I can get my hands on a couple cameras to set up for a couple different angles and do some really, really wicked stuff. So, Necked. Excited to see Necked. But yeah, Walking Metal Battle tomorrow. Balragath, a mile west, and Molten Black. It's going to be a banger. We're going to be there. Jeff is going to be there from Loud as Hell. We got Chad and Ryan. Ryan writes for Metal Sucks, as well as Absolute Underground. And Chad,
okay, I got to ask you a question. I'm gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Okay, so actually, I was talking about this.
I'm biased, so I can't say.
I ask the hard questions.
Ryan thinks I'm totally all in on this one. Ryan thinks Balragath, but here's the thing.
We've been talking about him all night long.
Balragath doesn't have an 8-foot spear. That's my thing.
But
okay.
They have two songs about dragons.
I'm just talking about Wednesday night. I'm going to talk about, should something happen.
Okay, Wednesday night.
I would be worried if I was any other band, if they pissed off Graham from Next.
Yeah, right.
Because I went there and I pulled my camera out, and nowhere came this, and he wasn't like just kind of putting it out like that. It was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an animal. Graham's an animal.
You're my friend. Don't kill me.
I'm not Graham. Right? That's the way it is, man. For that 25-minute set, they are those fucking costumes, and that band is insane. But for Wednesday, so I haven't seen A Mile West, but I don't
know the other two bands. I only know of Balgara, so I can say I don't know who's going to win.
I know a couple of the guys from A Mile West, and I know they're good players. But because a lot of these bands don't see the value in getting all your sets on tape, you don't get to see them, so you don't get to really get stoked about these bands until you get to see them. That's why we value videos so much. That's why we do the podcast. That's why we go out and shoot these bands, because it's so important for these bands to feel empowered and get stoked. And I haven't seen A Mile West. Balragath is deadly. I think Balragath is going to take it, but I haven't seen A Mile West. That's a big asterisk for me. Now, I've seen Molten Black. And I don't want to sound rude. I don't want to sound obtuse, because I'm not trying to be an asshole. But they did not impress me from what I'd seen. But the videos,
Are you keeping it real, Nate?
I'm keeping it real. I'm going to keep it even more real right now. I'm not going to put an opinion on it, because the videos I saw were from the Blind Beggar, and rest in peace to the Blind Beggar. They haven't been open for a while, so those videos are a little bit older. And I also have this thing about cover songs. Pick your covers wisely. Don't just pick any cover and play covers for the sake of playing covers. But I'm stoked to see them, and we are going to shoot some video for them, just like we do for every band, and we are going to fucking show it off just like we do for every band, because I'm not going to sit here and speculate and make up stories in my head, because that's not what the show is all about. We crack jokes.
We'll see you down there tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Wednesday night, 2 nights from now.
I'll be the guy dressed up as a Dungeons and Dragons character with a camera.
Yeah.
Well, instead of a real sword, you could go get like a Minecraft sword. I know they sell those at Walmart.
Right.
My son has one. He just yelled out.
See?
In fact, I think they're playing Minecraft right now.
We need a Minecraft sword, Ryan.
They heard that. They heard you, Milo.
Hell yeah. Sword guy. We just need Sword guy to make one for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our blacksmith. Awesome. Yeah, you've been fantastic, CC. Thank you so much. I'm super excited for Thursday. Man. Super excited for the fest.
To think I was your first interview, and now we're truly, really finally getting it done, because we couldn't do the first one because everything went to hell.
The first proper, solid, concise, and the funny thing is too?
It was a good interview.
And it was, and so was the Hyperia interview that I did that day too, in the same place, that didn't get to be aired because they talked about a tour that got canceled. And it was like, oh my goodness, I went to the studio for the first time and it was a wash. So automatically in my mind, it was like, yeah, don't set up in studios. It's obviously bad luck if you're too professional. Too much
got nothing to do with it.
Right? Too much professionalism is a bad omen for you, trash.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to stick to
that's why we're all
trailer.
Yeah.
High voltage TV, man. We're all iPhones. We're Gonzo AF.
And it's so rad. It's so rad because you guys' content is like, you got the intros, you got the fucking graphics, you got the multi-angles. Like, I look at that and I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a couple of notes on how I'm going to plan out some content here and just like see if I can get it a little bit more of a flow in the show. You know what I mean? Because with the podcast, it's what we've just done. And then Trash on the Streets, we get some interviews. And now I've got my friend Lee is helping me with some editing, and he's got some good knowledge on content creation, and hoping to do some better stuff with Trash Talk too, man. So maybe in the future we could even do like a little cross collab, and I could like come interview one of the bands on your show for High Voltage, and I'll have Alex there holding up a sign, no swearing.
You never know what the future may hold, but this is all I can say, Nate, is the more you do it, the better you get at it.
That's exactly that's the mantra, man. So thank you so much for coming on, buddy. We're very excited for Electric Highway. We're going to wrap this up because
I got Ink Master to watch with Milo.
Exactly. It's time to wrap this up. We got stuff to do. I got to have some sloppy joes. So thank you so much, CC. Thank you, everybody, for
Joes.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you, everybody, for Yeah, Sloppy Joes, man. It's Monday. Got to get excited.
Dinner. Now I'm hungry again.
Excited for Monday. All right, everybody. Have a great night.
Monday rocks, everyone. Have a fucking good rest of it.
See you again on Thursday, guys. Cheers.